Good morning, Willow class. Today we're going to be starting a new topic in our maths. We're going to be working on algebra. So before you watch the clip about today's lesson, make sure you watch the introduction to what algebra is video, which is the YouTube video that I've put the clip to on the website. So once you've watched that, then we're looking at what the element of algebra that we're doing today, which is called substitution. Okay? So substitution is when you are actually told the value of the letter in an expression and then you substitute that value into the expression to work out what the whole expression is worth. Let me show you some and then you can have a go yourselves. So quite often the letter X is used in algebra. So let's say in the first substitution that X is worth 2. So if we are given the expression X plus 6, and we said that in this case X is worth 2. If we substitute that value into the expression, we say, right, X is worth 2, so to work out X plus 6, we would simply substitute 2 in for X, add the 6, so for, in this case, X plus 6 would be worth 8. But if X is not worth 2, let's take another example. We might say, well, actually, no, this time X is worth 10. So we can substitute 10 in for X. So 10 plus 6. So for this substitution, X plus 6 would be worth 16. So each time the value of X changes, the expression doesn't change, but the value of it will do because the value of X has changed. So let's take X this time might be 25. So X plus 6, if we substitute that one in, would be worth 25 plus 6. So for this expression, X plus 6 will give us 31. Okay, quite straightforward. Let's take a slightly different expression. If you remember from the introduction video, in algebra, the default action is multiplication. So if instead of writing, right, what is 2 lots of X with the multiplication symbol, which we would do in standard arithmetic, we omit this symbol and just squash them together. So 2 times X is just written as 2X. Okay, so let's say X is worth 7. And if we substitute that value into this one, this is actually saying 2 times X, 2 times 7. So 2 times 7, in this case 2X would be worth 14. Okay, let's try another one. If X is worth 3.5, so we're saying this is substitute 3.5 in for X, 2 lots of 3.5, so this is 2 times 3.5, 2 lots of 3 is 6, 2.5 is 1, 2 lots of 3.5, 2X is worth 7. Okay, your turn. So let's say X is worth 13. What would 2X be worth? Have a think. Substitute your 13 in for X. 2 lots of 13. 2 times 13. Did you get 26? I hope you did. Okay, let's try a different expression. So let's have 3x. In fact, let's not use x because it's not always x that's used. Let's use a. So it might be 3a. So 3 lots of a plus 9. Okay, so let's say a is worth 4. So we substitute the value 4 in for a. So this is saying 3 lots of 4. Add the 9. 3 4s are 12. 12 add 9, so 3a plus 9. If a is worth 4, 12 and 9, 21. Your turn. So we'll leave the same expression, but we'll change the value that you need to substitute in. Let's say that a is worth 11. Have a go. Substitute the 11 in for a. So 3 lots of a, 3 lots of 11. Add the 9. What did you get? Let's have a look. 3 lots of 11. So that's going to be 33. add to the 9, and be 42 in this case. I hope you got that. Let's add in some brackets. So let's try the expression. Let's use the letter Y this time. Let's have 2y, take away 4. And then once you've got that, let's multiply that by 2. Now remember, we don't need to put the multiplication symbol in here because it's the default. So this is a saying 2 times what's in our bracket. And because of our BODMAS, we do the bracket bit first. Okay, let's say y in this case is worth 5. So we start with our bracket, 2 lots of y. So this bit is 2 lots of 5. So we've got 10 there. Take away the 5. So our bracket altogether is 6. And then we've still got to remember that our bracket is now multiplied by 2. So this is 2 lots of 6. So when y is worth 5, 2 lots of 2y minus 4 gives us 2 lots of 6, gives us 12. Okay, let's try it with a different value, but the same expression. So if y is worth, let's give you 12. Okay, so have a go. So start with your bracket, substitute in your y. 2 lots of y, 2 lots of 12. Take away your 4. And then all of that is multiplied by the 2. Let's see, did you get 2 lots of 12? 24. Take away the 4, gives us 20 inside that bracket. And then we have to remember to multiply it all by the 2. 2 lots of 20 should have 40. So when y was 12, that expression totaled 40. Okay. Let's just give you one more. Let's say we use x. In algebra, for division, we tend to use the fraction notation. So we might say x plus 10 divided by 2. Let's have a look at if x, say here, is worth 2. We substitute the 2 in for x. So 2 plus 10 is obviously 12 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2, 6. Oh, you can't see that there. Oh, there it is. There is a 6 on the end there. Look, 12 divided by 2. Give you one of those to have a go at before I show you which sheet you're going to work through. So let's say we'll have x minus 5 divided by 3. So let's have a look. I want to give you one that isn't going to be a decimal or an awkward one. So let's have a look. It's got to be a multiple of 3 at the end, hasn't it? Let's say 26 here. So if x is worth 26, substitute that in there. Have a go at that one in your head or jot it down on a piece of paper. Substitute 26 is the value of x. Take away your 5 and then divide the whole thing by 3. Shall we check it? So x is worth 26. Take away your 5 gives you 21. So we've now got 21 as our numerator. Divide it by 3. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. Okay, so substitution. This is what this is called. When you're given a value and you substitute it for the letter there, and then you can work out what the whole expression is worth. So you've got this sheet to work your way through as our first activity. So you can see here, this is what you're given the value of the x is, and then you're given 4 different expressions to substitute it into. very easy to start with. X is just worth 1. So x plus 2, 1 plus 2. Then you're given 5. X plus 2 would be 5 plus 2. You just write your answers in the boxes. They get a bit more difficult as you go through. So work accurately and carefully, see if you can get them all right. There's an answer sheet and you can use to check these afterwards. Good luck.